Ozzy Osbourne's love for the Beatles began in his teenage years, but it grew into a deep admiration that stayed with him throughout his life, so much so that he once expressed a desire to have one of their songs played at his funeral. Osbourne, who sadly passed away on July 22nd at the age of 76, often reflected on how the Beatles transformed his view of the world. At just 14 years old, he had been overwhelmed by the sheer energy of "She Loves You" when it came through his blue transistor radio. That moment, he often recalled, felt like the world had shifted from black and white to vivid color. Growing up in Birmingham during the 1950s and 60s, Osbourne didn't see many promising paths ahead. His life seemed headed toward factory work, or even worse, prison. But hearing the Beatles for the first time changed everything. Their music gave him hope and inspired him to dream beyond the industrial streets of his hometown. He would later credit them as the reason he pursued a career in music. When asked by Rolling Stone to name his favorite Beatles songs, Osbourne placed "She Loves You" at the very top. He once described that first listening experience as life-changing, saying it felt like being shown a new color you never knew existed. It wasn't just music, it was revelation. Despite Osbourne's deep admiration for the band, his father didn't share the same enthusiasm. He remembered playing Beatles songs for him, only to be dismissed with criticism. His dad reportedly claimed the band wouldn't amount to anything, a statement Ozzy later found laughably ironic given their global impact. Reflecting on that era, Osbourne described the 60s as a magical time, especially for music. He continued to express admiration for a wide range of Beatles classics, including "I Want to Hold Your Hand," "I Am the Walrus," "A Day in the Life," "Hey Jude," "Help," Eleanor Rigby, "Something," "Strawberry Fields Forever," and "The Long and Winding Road." He felt the band had quite literally saved his life, offering him an escape from what he saw as a dead-end existence. During an appearance on The Whoopi Goldberg Show, he referred to their music as the key that unlocked a way out of his bleak surroundings. Eventually, Osbourne began performing blues in local Birmingham bars, setting him on a path not too far removed from Liverpool, the city that birthed the Beatles. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Osbourne shared how lucky he felt to have lived during the same time as the Beatles, calling them the greatest band of all time. He once recalled telling Steve Jones of the Sex Pistols that there had to be something seriously wrong with anyone who didn't like the Beatles. In a 2016 conversation with NME, Osbourne revealed he wanted "In My Life" played at his funeral, although he was still undecided and mentioned considering tracks from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band or Revolver. Ironically, "In My Life" was from Rubber Soul, not the albums he mentioned. He also made it clear what he didn't want at his funeral: his own music. He admitted to being embarrassed by his greatest hits collection and insisted it should not be played. Additionally, he strongly rejected the idea of a cheerful song being played during his memorial. To him, such a tone would be completely inappropriate. Still, Osbourne didn't want his funeral to be a gloomy affair either. Back in 2011, he stated that he preferred the day to be a celebration of life rather than a time of mourning. He emphasized that while many people go through life experiencing only hardship, those in the rock world, himself included, had been incredibly fortunate. Because of that, he wanted his funeral to reflect gratitude rather than sorrow.